Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another edition of Fan Talk, your favorite podcast by your favorite fan. That is me, of course, Kyle Brenchley on this Wednesday. Welcome in to a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Sunny day, mid-80s is the temp. Rogue One in the house. I do have a new candle. I'm not debuting it yet because it is a fall-scented candle, and I do not think it is quite fall, even though the department stores and Bath & Body Works say otherwise. Thank you guys for tuning in. Fan Talk is a podcast by me, Kyle Brenchley, that you can find anywhere you get your podcasts. I also upload on YouTube. If you prefer the video version, you can find that on YouTube as well as on Spotify. Go check me out. Give me a like, share, comment if you want to. Why not? And we'll have a good time. We have a great show today here on the Fan Talk podcast. We are going to jump right in with the Fan Talk Fast Talk. 3 quick stories to start off your hump day. All right, let's talk about history. Danny Jansen is a Major League Baseball player who became the first ever player to play for both teams in a single game in MLB history. Pretty wild. So Danny Jansen plays for he's currently on the Boston Red Sox, but he was on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays were playing the Boston Red Sox on June 26th. Danny Jansen was up to bat. It was raining pretty hard there at Fenway Park that day, and so they had to postpone the game. So much so that they couldn't resume the game that day, so they had to postpone it. They postponed it until all the way till August 26th. During that time, there was the MLB trade deadline, and Danny Jansen got traded from the Blue Jays to the Boston Red Sox. So now he's on the Boston Red Sox when they resume this game on August 26th against his former team. He was at bat, so finishing his at bat is another player, and he's catcher. Danny Jansen is catcher. So he both hit and caught his own at bat. First time MLB history that a player has ever done that. Pretty crazy, but there you go. There you go. Playing for both teams really does have a new meaning. Moving to the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to start Russell Wilson over Justin Fields. As you may or may not know, both players were on different teams last year. Wilson with the Broncos, Fields with the Bears, and they're now both in Pittsburgh. It was a battle during training camp as well as the preseason, but it looks like Russell Wilson will be QB1 in week 1 for the Steel City. And the U.S. Open tennis, all my tennis fans out there, currently going on right now. It goes until September 8th. We are currently in the second round, starting the third round here soon for both men and women's singles. So go watch that. I believe it's on the ESPN networks, the U.S. Open tennis. All right, guys, that was a Fan Talk Fast Talk. 3 quick stories to start off your Wednesday. Let's jump in. As you know, college football has started. So the bulk of these episodes moving forward will be college football, will be NFL football. Of course, we'll sprinkle in a little postseason baseball and then NBA and NHL when they start. But for the next few weeks, let's strap on our leather heads and play some football. Go check out my last week's episode. It was a complete preview of what to expect for the college football season, as well as the NFL season. As you may or may not know, week 0, kind of odd, of college football started last Saturday. There was only about 8 teams that did play. But this week, week 1 officially starts on Thursday. A lot of great matchups throughout the entire weekend into Labor Day. I'll talk about some of those matchups that you need to check out, games you need to watch, and how to enjoy your college football experience. And then, of course, we'll talk a little bit NFL. They don't quite start yet, but I will preview 2 of my fantasy football teams, the rosters, the way I drafted, and give me a grade down below what you guys think. Okay, so starting with college football, some games to watch this week. Week 1, and usually college football, the majority of the games, not necessarily a preseason, but usually it's a layup or a cupcake game for a lot of teams. For example, I'm from Utah. The University of Utah is playing Southern Utah, which is an FCS team. BYU is playing Southern Illinois, another FCS team, and Utah State is playing Robert Morris, a team that you didn't even know existed. So, I mean, there are some of those, but there are some really good ranked matchups this week in week 1. So here are a couple games that you should be watching this weekend in college football. First and foremost, Saturday, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs face off against number 14 Clemson Tigers in the Aflac kickoff. That game will be on ESPN. Georgia, obviously the favorites, kind of been the top dogs for the last couple years. Carson Beck is their quarterback. He's returning, hoping to have a better season than he did last year. Clemson have had some rough years. Let's be honest. Dabo Swinney still at the helm. Cade Klubnik is their quarterback. Should be a fun matchup to start off your Saturday morning. Also, at the same time, simultaneously, number 8 Penn State, led by Drew Aller, travels to Morgantown to face off against the West Virginia Mountaineers. That game's on Fox, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That should be a fun game as well. And yeah, but like I said, like Ohio State's got a cupcake game. Number 4 Texas has a cupcake game. Number 5 Alabama has a cupcake game. A game that will be interesting though, and game number 3 that you should pay attention to at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on ABC. After you watch Georgia and Clemson, tune into Florida and Miami, a little Sunshine State showdown. Florida, this game is in Florida. Florida is not ranked, but Miami is ranked number 19. A lot of people are thinking Florida can pull off the upset in this one. A little in-state rivalry in Gainesville. I wouldn't be surprised. Watch that one for sure. And then, let's see, where's... Oh, yeah, here it is. Last one on ABC. ABC's having a triple header. So if you just want to stay on Channel 4, then there you go. Notre Dame, number 7, is going into College Station, Kyle Field, hey, against number 20, Texas A&M. This should be a really good matchup. Notre Dame is always ranked pretty high. Texas A&M, obviously in the SEC, so they are built different. Should be a fun game. Tickets as low as $180. Good luck getting into that game if you're in the area. But that's another game you could catch. And then on Sunday, before we get to NFL, Sunday, number 23 USC goes into actually Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium for the Vegas Kickoff Classic against number 13 LSU. Should be a fun game. Lincoln Riley's looking to bounce back with USC in the post-Caleb Williams era. And then, of course, LSU, SEC, should be fun. So there's a couple games that you can watch this weekend if you're looking for something to do, looking to get back into the swing of things for college football. It is officially back again. Go watch the preview episode that I did last week. Obviously, it'll be linked in this video. Go check it out. I'm excited. I am excited. I don't know if I can adequately say how excited I am for football to be back, but the world's just a better place when it's back. So if you agree with me, please like this video. Okay, switching topics now. Let's transition to the NFL. Again, the season doesn't start until September 5th. Baltimore Ravens against Kansas City Chiefs. But a lot of you may be playing fantasy football. This year I have, I think, 8 teams, 7 or 8 teams, which is a lot to manage. One of them is actually a college league, which is kind of interesting. But at least 7, at least 6. So I'm going to show you my rosters. Only 2 leagues have drafted so far, so I'll show you my rosters and kind of my confidence level moving into the season. So this is a league that I'm in. It's a league that we're going on our, 5th season. Pretty impressive that we've gone this far. It's a bunch of buddies that I serve my mission with. So going into year 5, I'm a Bo Lever and a Denver Broncos fan. Bo Nix in the helm here. So this is what I drafted. I'm pretty sure I had the 6th. I think I had the 8th pick. Yeah, I had the 8th pick out of 10. I had the 8th overall pick. And with the first overall pick, I think I did take A.J. Brown, if I'm being honest. I think he was the best available player left at 8. But as you can see here, here's my roster. Kyler Murray's my quarterback, a couple wide receivers, a couple running backs, tight end. This league, we do defense and kicker. Some leagues aren't doing that anymore. Overall, I think I have a pretty okay team. I might need to make some moves here. I would like a stronger quarterback. Kyler Murray's really good, but we'll see how he does the first couple weeks if he puts up some numbers. I'd also like a stronger tight end. Dalton Schultz is good, but it's a very crowded passing game room there in Houston, so he might not get a ton of targets. Other than that, though, a solid running backs. I really like my receivers. DK Metcalf is 3. I even have Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle, Austin Eckler, like really good guys coming off the bench. Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa. So I'd say overall, pretty good team. Perhaps you need a better quarterback and a better tight end. but overall, no complaints there in that department. Let me show you this other team. And this other team, I think, is a little more, I don't know if concerning is the right word, but maybe not as strong. This team, or this league, I think has 12. It's my extended families. So my cousins, I have an uncle in it, my cousin's wife, a couple different people in there. In this league, we don't have kicker, we don't have defense, we have just multiple flex options. So this one I got Jalen Hurts as my quarterback, a little more confident in him. Some solid running backs in Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, and some pretty solid wide receivers, honestly. Jamar Chase looking to have a breakout year. Scary Terry, always a threat. DeAndre Hopkins, good in the past. Hopefully Will Levis can get the ball to him. Who knows? Travis Kelce, Raheem Mostert again, I have him. Chuba Hubbard. I'm thinking I might need to start either Mike Williams or Jameson Williams instead of Chuba Hubbard. My bench is kind of weak, honestly. As you can see here, not a super strong, deep bench. So I'm going to really rely on my starters in this league. But overall, yeah, I think pretty solid. Really, I think the big players in this are going to be Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce. And it kind of depends if Raheem Mostert will have another breakout year. Will they use Joe Mixon? Will they use David Montgomery in Houston and Detroit? Offenses that are clearly pass heavy. So, yeah, there's my fantasy teams. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a grade down in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment. If you're on Spotify, just send me a DM on Instagram or on Facebook or Twitter, wherever you keep up with me. And share with you. Feel free to share with me your fantasy football team rosters as well. I'm really interested in that. I have a couple more drafts, so we'll kind of see my strategy moving forward. In one league, my strategy was literally to draft straight wide receivers. So kind of one strategy is you draft a lot of really good wide receivers, and then you use them as trade pieces. So you can trade those wide receivers to get a better quarterback, to get a better running back, better tight end, yada, yada, yada. In another league, and it's easy to get caught up, especially on ESPN, is getting caught up in the rankings. ESPN ranks these players based on projected stats. And so a lot of people are like, oh, this guy's ranked 20. He's probably going to do well. When really somebody who's ranked maybe 51 has had better years in the past and are probably going to do better. So in that second league, that's kind of what I did. As you saw, I had like Mike Williams on there. I had Chuba Hubbard. I had Cole Kmet. These guys that were ranked pretty low, Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Hopkins, but actually have had really good seasons in the past. So, I mean, let me know what your guys' strategy is down below as well. As always, my DMs are open, so shoot me a DM, shoot me a text, shoot me whatever. Go watch some college football this week. Go check out the college football and NFL preview video that I posted last week. And as always, stay fresh, my friends. Thank you guys for tuning in to this weekly episode of Fan Talk. Again, you can find me anywhere you get your podcast, on YouTube if you prefer the video version. You guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys next week for another edition of Fan Talk.